Hi everybody, we are here to talk about your Spring Fling shawl. Here she is. I'm so pleased with her. She was absolutely addictive to knit. I really couldn't put her down. She was fun. She did take a while. She's a big shawl. Here she is. She's a crescent shape, like so. See those lines that start with this increase down the middle of the shawl? They travel all the way down. She features brioche. She's a brioche shawl, and we're going to use some of the more simple brioche techniques. I haven't even got you casting on in 2-color brioche. I'm getting you to do an I-cord down the edge of the shawl. So we'll cast on with a little I-cord tab, and then we'll start our brioche, and we'll continue the I-cord all the way down the length of the shawl. The brioche, you get a little breather every now and then. You do a bit of brioche and you think, whew, okay, I've done it, I'm here, and then you do your eyelet. If you are going to use lifelines, and I think if you're new to brioche, it's a great idea, get to the eyelet and put in a lifeline when you know everything's correct. If you get to the eyelet and your stitch count is out, I've given you copious stitch counts in this pattern, so you should be good to just check all the time. If your stitch count is out and it's not wildly out, you could add a couple of extra eyelets and you could just fudge it if you want to do that. So you've got quite a few opportunities to rectify any possible mistakes. If you've missed some increases down the side, it will interrupt how nice it looks down the side. But if you can't face ripping back, use the eyelet sections. So we have the I-cord that goes all the way down. We're alternating our colors, and then we're finishing with this beautiful scalloped edge. And we're just using short rows and garter stitch for that. And there are no picking up wraps. These are the easiest, peasiest short rows in garter, and I did that on purpose because I knew you'd got to the end and you just needed to have a breather. So you've got those beautiful little scallops at the bottom, and then she is finished with an I-cord that runs all the way along the bottom. That's quite a long one, but it's really, really effective. And then you'll finish her off just by tying in the I-cord on the other side, so it's a nice, just perfect finish. She is obviously completely reversible because she is brioche, so the other side of mine has the brighter colors as the more dominant color, and this cream all the way through. I liked that because although I adore these bright colors, I found the cream just toned everything down a little bit. So I've got the bright bottom, but at the top it just sort of tones everything down, and I just loved that look. So she's absolutely addictive to knit. You'll find that the section up here where you start the brioche, by the end of that you'll be feeling like a brioche knitter. Just remember to read your knitting. If you're absolutely new to brioche, I've got some ideas for you to get started so that you will come into this feeling a little bit more confident. Play around with your colours. You've got the opportunity to use 3 colours. I used hedgehog fibres sock yarn, so it's quite a silky sock. It has a little bit of nylon in it, but it's beautifully soft and silky. I used 2 skeins, it wasn't a whole 2 skeins. I used about 1.5 to 1 2/3 skeins of the cream. That's my main colour, colour A. And I used just over or around half a skein of each of the pink and the gold. The gold is another hedgehog's fibre colour. That's called Fool's Gold. It's a cool name. The cream is cereal. All the details are in the pattern. And then the pink, I used a La Belle Amie fingering yarn. It's a pure merino single spun. So you can mix and match the yarns that you have in here. If you're brand new to brioche, you might decide to go for something that is less slinky, just to make sure that stitches stay on your needles. But if you're feeling brave and courageous, go for it. Just choose the yarn that you love. So you'll need 3 colours. One of those colours, your main colour, you'll need 2 skeins of fingering to get started. As far as wearing her goes, you can wear her bandana style and just scrunch her up around your neck. Because she's a crescent, she's not crazy deep, so you won't have too much fabric at the front. And so I can envisage myself wearing this like this. I think she'll just add just a beautiful pop of color to my outfits. I also envisage wearing her just draped around my shoulders. And of course, depending on what I'm wearing, I could wear her with the pale side out, or I could wear her with the colored side out. Just depends what I feel like. She's great for tossing over your shoulders like so. So she'd be fabulous to wear with a funky shawl pin and those sorts of things. She's really fun. I'm so pleased with her. I hope you love Spring Fling as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what colors you choose. So happy knitting and happy brioche adventures.